Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 973. Hello, it is Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley. 10. Today, it's the finale of my into an interview with the lovely country music singer-songwriter DONICA KNIGHT. Plus, we hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley,
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And as I understand it, it's my birthday, evidently.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Today's my birthday, and that means that thing called Facebook barrages you with birthday greetings that at first look can be divided between different types, mainly to happy birthday, Mike. And I remember something way back about you. Someone I used to work with reminded me about the Chely Santa Fe Cafe,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
and Sarsaparilla. If you wonder what I'm talking about, you can go somewhere online, but not Zilla. I mean Zillow.
Daily.
That's for real estate
Podcast.
Find out how expensive houses are.
Yeah!
And I know you don't want to know about that. No. Go to mikesdailypodcast.com, click on the cubbyhole page. It just says cubbyhole, and you'll hear old shows of the Santa Fe Cafe. Thanks for the birthday wishes, no matter what type they are. I might get birthday greetings throughout the show today. I just got one just now. Hold on. Speaking of sarsaparilla, go over here and grab my... Actually, this is a... We no longer have sarsaparillas, Barry. We have Matthew's Chinos. That's what I have right here. We've said goodbye to sarsaparilla. It's too hard to make. The brewmaster forgot how to make them. So I'll be getting greetings throughout this podcast, I'm sure. Someone just wrote me and said, happy birthday. Oh my God, this is a long one. I can't read it. It just says hugs. Hugs, though. Hugs is one of the words found in this. Hey, I want to tell you to listen to a podcast other than mine. One that is fascinating. In fact, I just got done listening to it. They talked all about the Confederate flag and about how, well, at first, what we know as the Confederate flag was not what represented the Confederacy. There was another flag that kind of looked like the American flag. And it's interesting what was before the Confederate flag. Anyway, check it out there. It's called Backstory, and it's wherever you can listen to podcasts. But yes, today we're going to talk to DONICA. It's like Monica with a D. And we're also going to have Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley stop by. And I wanted to say what is going on here, where we live in a world where wrestling matches are being threatened by stupid ISIS. They're threatening terrorist activities at a con. Odd. I mean, ISIS is trying to bring about WW3, and there they are showing up at WWF events. So I think that's probably one of the worst events they could pick, because those people there are going to break a chair over any ISIS terrorist's head. And you want to talk smack? That's a thing at a wrestling match. Everybody's talking smack to each other. I'm going to tear him apart. I'm going to rip his head off. I'm going to throw him off the top of the ring into the crowd. That's what they say, right? Something like that. No? So that's interesting. And the second thing, or is it the third thing I wanted to bring up? Maybe it's the fifth thing. So one of the things I wanted to bring up is that we have the wonderful MIKELOPEDIA. No, wait, that's next show. Is the MIKELOPEDIA INSANICA. We'll be bringing that back. No, I'm talking about the pod. Oh, what the heck is it called?
Mike's Daily Podcast Master Pod Theater.
And now the podcast players present Master Pod Theater. Today's edition, the marriage between Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello.
Hey, you're really beautiful, Day. You know, you're beautiful and everything.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to thank you so much that you are marrying me because you're so much younger.
Yeah, we'll get married, Day. And I'm really hot.
Your chest is so beautiful. You have such big man pecs.
And you've got big lady pecs.
We'll be in love together. I can't wait to do another episode of Modern Family.
And I can't wait to do another movie of the Magic Mike movies.
Me too. I love that. You're so hot.
Whoa, okay, so that was that just happened. A big thank you to the podcast players. I think particularly there was Madame Rootabega and Valentino, the parking attendant, involved with that, but what have you. Look who else just walked in.
Hello, Michael Masters. This is Madame Rootabega. Yes, I played the part of Sofia Vergara.
Excellent job. That was great.
Michael Master, you were going to bring something else up.
I was. It was about... I went to the Mixer in Podcastro Valley on Thursday night. A Mixer. It was great because it was at a Mexican restaurant, and they had free taquitos to the hot little thing, the dough fried, not a taquito, not a... it's like an egg roll, but you shove it full of delicious carnitas and things. Anyway, it was fantastic. And there were people there from Podcastro Valley talking to each other. It was a wonderful assemblage.
Michael Master, I wish I was there.
You would have enjoyed it. I talked to some ladies from the Moose Lodge.
A what lodge?
A Moose Lodge.
Michael Master, do they have a lot of mooses there?
Yes, they do. So many moose. Mooses. Learn the plural of mooses. Dang it, Madame Rootabega.
I'm sorry, Michael Master.
Look who else walked in.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, we wish we could have gone with you to that mixer there. I bet there was some very hot ladies in business suits there.
Yeah, business suits. And hot. Do you know that?
There was actually quite a few very lovely-looking professional ladies. And I must say, though, not just Mixers are great places to meet women if you're single. Dog parks. We may have addressed this topic in the past, but dog parks, lots of lovely ladies there. I was at a dog park today before I got here to Cafe Anyway, walking Basil the Boxer. Oh, such a great time. I have to tell you, though, I didn't really have a chance to talk to the lovely ladies because I had to take Basil home and then rush to the Jersey Mike's because apparently I get a free sandwich and a free drink on my birthday. And I don't have to purchase anything. Every club that I've signed up for, you don't get anything for free on your birthday. You have to buy something to get something. Stupid Black Angus. You get a free huge cookie with ice cream on it, but you got to buy a whole, steak or something for some exorbitant price. So that's pretty much a summation of what's going on. We've looked at the wedding of the day, the strange politics of the day, the best podcast to listen to. In fact, C-SPAN today is, Backstory, I guess, is doing a live broadcast and for their podcast, and they're talking about the D.W. Griffith movie, Birth of a Nation, which has divided this country and cinema fans for eons. So, and actually, if you go see Forrest Gump, they make mention of that. Because Gump had something to do with that guy, the big Confederate dude that became the Ku Klux Klan fella. I don't know my Southern history as well as I should, but that's neither here nor there. Speaking of, Birth of the Nations, birthdays, and barrages of greetings. That's what we've been talking about today. And now we get to DONICA KNIGHT, who is from the South. And we will wrap up our conversation with her in our Into an Interview segment coming up in just a minute. I'd like to remind you, though, you can listen to this wonderful show at a myriad of places on Mixcloud, Spreaker, Player FM, Podomatic, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes. Go look for those links at all those places at mikesdailypodcast.com. Also want to remind you, too, about the iTunes thing. If you go into iTunes, and we're seen in iTunes from a couple of different places, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Podomatic. If you like us in iTunes and comment on the show and rate the show, more people find out about us and we don't languish in obscurity as much. You can also tell told William tell. You need to tell your friends about this show through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Yelp. All those locations. Tumblr can be found for Mike's Daily Podcast at mikesdailypodcast.com. And if you want to also help us out, if you're going to buy anything on Amazon, click on that link there at Amazon, mikesdailypodcast.com, that link to buy whatever it is you're going to buy. Finally, there, if you want to help us out through a donation, there's the PayPal and become an inglorious Mike's Daily Podcaster. All the cafe characters who are such great podcast players and do great performances for our Master Pod Theater segment, they would love to send you a special greeting if you donate through that. The blog, the Daily Podcast picture, all my past interviews are at mikesdailypodcast.com. Speaking of interviews,
Into an interview.
Donica. I'm spending my Friday with Donica.
Hey, I love it. I'm spending my Friday with Mike. I wish that you could see me. I got my puppy dog lip going, and I'm giving you the pouty face via the computer.
I'm dying so much.
I like the idea that it's that this is the last segment.
Oh,
that's okay, because that means I got to come back and we'll do more segments at different times, and you can hear more things about my life and music at that time, and hear up and talk about Christmas, Mike.
Yes, and just if you're ever in the Bay Area, of course, we have to get to eat Mexican food.
Yes.
Because I know there's Mexican food in Alabama. You've got your Rosie's Cantina and all that, but
we have like the Americanized Mexican food, because I know in California that it's that y'all have more population of authentic Mexicans and authentic food. So I look forward to having authentic Mexican food, because nothing's better than the real thing.
We were part of Mexico originally, so yes, that's why everything's San this and San that and Santa. We should have a Santa Donica instead of a Santa Monica.
Hey, maybe we will. You never know.
But speaking of saints and Christmas, because getting back to, we were talking about Christmas, and I'm going to be playing White Christmas. Why did you pick that particular song to cover that Christmas song? Or did you say Christmas? Wait, yeah, White Christmas. That's it.
Yes, it's White Christmas. Well, in Alabama, it never snows.
It did a little bit in Huntsville, though. I remember a couple times it would snow, but it would melt by the next day.
Okay, just make everybody think I'm a liar. Fine.
Well, you were in L.A., Lower Alabama.
Yeah, the area in Alabama that I'm in, I've only seen snow twice in my life.
Oh, no.
And then when it does snow in Alabama, for some strange reason, I'm never there. I don't think that the world wants me to see snow, which is probably good, because I don't do good in the cold weather. It makes me have a shorter temper because I'm freezing, and my fingers and my toes will turn blue and all that shebang. And
right.
But anyway, I chose White Christmas because it's just, I love Christmas songs. So I sing all sorts of different Christmas songs, and I'm the sucker that starts singing them in July, and then I stop singing them around February. So
wow.
Okay, maybe I exaggerated a bit, but I don't know. No, I do. I definitely after shows, sometimes if I'm picking up some of the gear or whatever, I like to pick on the boys, and I'll sing them Christmas carols. Especially, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas because it annoys them and it makes me happy. So I'll do that one on repeat. But I chose to record this one and sing this one, White Christmas, because it's a slower one, and I love to sing ballads. Mm-hmm. I love performing up tempos, but I love to record a ballad.
Yeah.
And White Christmas it's just beautiful. The lyrics are beautiful, and I was dreaming of a white Christmas. And it's I love Patsy Cline, and it's kind of one of those where you can use a classic sound and just sing.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna play it in just a second. I just want to tell you one of my favorite country Christmas songs is Clint Black's "There'll Be Christmas for Every Boy and Girl." It's this song where he performed like with the symphony orchestra, but it's kind of an upbeat song. And whenever I hear it, I go, "Wow, this is so." It's just full of merriment, Donica.
I'll have to scope that one out. I might record that one next. Never know.
Donica, you're so striking with your beautiful hair and eyes and smile. How do men finish complete sentences around you?
That is a good question.
That's a mystery.
I don't have a single guy around me talking to me or anybody. I'm in the backyard by myself, so I can't ask them that question. Or I would have an answer for you.
You found a backyard in Glendale?
Yeah, it's where I'm staying. It's really awesome. I found this house on Airbnb, and I've been staying here ever since I started coming because it's such a great place. And there's a pool and a little hot tub, and there's trees, and it's awesome.
It is paradise, because you told me when I was telling you I was running late because I was stuck in horrible Podcastro Valley traffic, you said you were in heaven, and so I guess you really are in heaven.
Oh, yeah, there's a hammock, and I was listening to an audiobook, so I was.
Are you getting caught up on your Shakespeare?
A little bit. It does have a few little Shakespeare quotes.
Oh, okay. Did you ever do any acting?
I did a couple of classes. I did some improv classes whenever I left college. I was learning what exactly I wanted to do with my voice and what it was that I wanted to do. Because I didn't know. I just knew I loved to sing. And I didn't know if I liked to write. I didn't know. I just knew I just loved singing. And then I just started discovering more things about myself as I started trying them to see what it was that I really gravitated to and liked. And I did take some acting classes, and I really enjoyed them. And I've done several commercials, and I love acting. I think it's great. And when I'm putting on a show and putting on a performance, you have to incorporate skills of acting while you're up on the stage as well.
And improvisation, because you never know what's going to happen. Maybe a light's going to fall, or hopefully not.
Don't even say that. That's happened before.
I take that back. Maybe money will fall from the ceiling on top of your head.
Hey, say that again.
Like a check for $1 million falls onto your hands.
Oh yeah, keep it going. I kind of like $100 bills. That's fine with me. $100 bills flowing down, because I don't know if that check would cash yet. So I think I'll stick to hardcore money.
Yes, cash.
Yeah, I like it. That's way better than the light. But that actually did happen. Do you have like a minute for me to tell you the story? You have all the time in the world on this show. Go ahead. Awesome. So this is a creepy, creepy story. So Montgomery, Alabama, where I'm from, we have the Hank Williams Museum. And Hank Williams Sr., that's where his grave's at. And his presence is really hardcore in Montgomery. Yeah. And Midnight in Montgomery, Golden Eagle. Yes. I was singing Alan Jackson there. Okay, sorry. That was his song, his ode to Hank Williams Sr. Hank's always singing there. Yes. Okay. But Hank, I've heard about him a lot, and I researched about him a lot. But I decided I met his grave tender. His name is Terry Faust, and he is such an awesome dude. He's got, I believe it's polio. He's got some form of a disease where it's really hard for him to walk, and it's hard for him to get up in the mornings, and his body will stiff up, and it's just, he has a very, very difficult time getting around. But twice a week, for no money, just because he wants to, he goes and cleans Hank Williams Sr.'s grave. And it's a big grave. If you've never seen it, it's huge. And he gets on his hands and knees and scrubs bird poop up. People go and sit and leave beer cans, and he goes and cleans it by himself for nothing, just because he loves Hank Williams Sr. and he feels connected to him. And so I was real lucky to become friends with Terry, and he just told me all about Hank. So I really felt like I got to know Hank in a way because of Terry introducing me to him. And for some reason in Alabama, those Hank people, they love me, and I go and I sing at the museum, and then they put on a show in Georgiana, Alabama, which is where he was originally born. And they had a Hank Williams festival. And so there's one song that, I spent a long time trying to tap into how he felt towards it and how it can connect to me, and that's that I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry song.
Right.
And so I had an hour-long set at this Hank show. And 30 minutes goes by, and I had yet to do a Hank cover. And then I gave my speech about how I started knowing the spirit of Hank Sr., and right when we started doing I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, the power went out, a wind gushed from nowhere, knocking the power out, knocking down a light. And then a few minutes later, the sound came back on, and it was clearer than anything, and it sounded amazing, and it was like Hank coming and making his presence. So that was the one time that the light came down and almost hit my guitar player. And then fast forward a few months later, on January 1st, it's the celebration of his death in Alabama, and the Hank Williams Museum always puts on a show. So I go to do this show for him this year, and I only sang about 5 songs, and lo and behold, when I went to go do I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, my band couldn't attend this show, so I did it to tracks, and I had sang like 3 songs, and then once I get to I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, my music goes out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. It's some things are crazy, and that's one of those things that's crazy to me, because it's weird that it happened once, but when it happened twice, it's like, okay, either you want me to sing this song, Hank, or you don't want me to sing this song. And Terry says that it means nothing but good. So I'm going to trust him.
That's an amazing story. Wow.
Yeah, kind of weird, huh?
Hank's keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, I kind of think so.
Kind of mischievous.
Yeah, I really think so. Strange.
Now, so you grew up Montgomery, Alabama, and is that where you got into sports? Did you get into sports at a young age?
Yeah, I have an older brother, and he was a freaking awesome baseball player, and so I wanted to be like him, and so I learned real quick to toughen up, and I wanted to be just as good as he was. I actually played baseball with the boys.
Wow.
For a long time, and I made the all-star team, and I was the first baseman because I hit my growth spurt before everybody because I was tall, because I was the female, and I got a little World Series softball ring because I did swap over softball, and I did travel ball, and I had a scholarship to Auburn or wherever I wanted to go play softball. I also had a scholarship to play volleyball at Ole Miss.
Dang, Donica!
I know, I was really a hardcore sports girl.
Talented. Wow.
But I didn't want to do a sport in college. I wanted to because it's a job, and I wanted to go be a college kid, and I wanted to do the sorority thing. And
how did you like that, by the way, the sorority thing?
I loved it. And my sorority has really stood by me going and pursuing my music. And I know that they have me at a lot of events to sing, and they really promoted my music, and they still do. And I'm forever grateful for Alpha Chi Omega. And but it's just, you meet so many different people from all over the world, and but I also, other than sorority girls, I really enjoyed like sports, like I said. So I did intramurals, and I started doing kickboxing, and so I joined this little like boxing gym and learned how to box, and so I hung out with some of the boxers, and then this was kind of funny. So my next door neighbors in college were in the Navy. The Navy is more competitive in the intramural sports than the sorority girls, because it's co-ed and it's Navy folks, so they're more interested in sports and stuff than my chicks were in the sorority. Mm-hmm. So the Navy folks they might have told a white lie and said, hey, she's in the Navy, so I could be on their sports team. And we kicked butt.
Wow.
And so that was always a hidden secret that I was not in the Navy, but nobody really checked and cared. It was like they're just happy people were there to play sports against each other because, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You're like a ringer. Like everybody wants you on their team. You're like...
What can I say?
You're Supergirl.
Some people just... I got lucky. I was just dealt the hand of athletic ability. That's probably where my figure kind of comes from. It's because I got that athletic built. And
you're built like a superhero.
I should have been Wonder Woman for Halloween, but I was not.
I can't. If you are Wonder Woman, I'm so like seeing that picture wherever it is.
Hey, maybe I can get an acting job or a career or something and be Wonder Woman for a day or a week.
Yeah, so write that down. We want Mutt Lang as your producer, and we want to make Donica Knight the next superhero. Wonder Woman. Yeah, yes. Because Marvel has Moon Knight, and you could be like Donica Knight. Like the Moon Knight is supposed to be like the next Batman eventually.
You need to be my promotion dude. You're putting it all together for me.
I know. If I could only, I could promote you. I can't promote myself though. I'm horrible at promoting myself.
It's tough. I feel you. I understand. It's I definitely don't like having to promote myself because that's not my personality type.
I hate talking about myself,
but I have to because I love I love music and I love making music, so people need to know about me.
Yeah.
So that I can continue doing what I love.
Well, I could hear you talk about yourself all day.
It's the Southern drawl.
That's what I'm lulled into a state of happiness. Okay, so we're going to play the song
White Christmas.
White Christmas, not Winter Wonderland or whatever other Christmas song I was about to think up. But yes,
I could tell you were struggling. I had you on the other end.
You're so good. Donica Knight, keep an eye out for her new album. Love Ain't a Prize, that was the new single, and they can find it at DonicaKnight.com. Is that correct?
That's correct. Or iTunes, Amazon. And I'm also on social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff.
She has the most amazing eyes you've ever seen. They will pierce you into your soul.
Thank you.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Little rockabilly. Hey, this is Billy.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow, yeah. And I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and will all your Christmases be white.
Woo! Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
The finale of my intern interview with the lovely Donica Knight. Yay. All right, as we go outside a cafe anyway, we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And the podcast picture makes mention of my birthday, and that I like to stand on top of hills. It seems like on my birthday I'm always on top of a hill overlooking the great expanse of beauty that is this area here, the East Bay and California. Actually, I was in Danville at the time, but you can see that picture at MikeStillyPodcast.com. Thank you so much again for listening to today's show. Next show, it'll be the return of the much-loved segment, the MIKELOPEDIA INSANICA, where we'll look at some interesting topics from that huge, informative book. Plus, we hear from Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the engineer.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!